Into Good Morning Quad Cities on this Monday after the Easter holiday. We've got 20 minutes until the top of the hour, and quite a surprise, myself included, with some of the snow that was falling this morning. I'll show you out to Princeton, Illinois, and the Illinois side of the river. Yeah, some big snowflakes coming down. These are the heavy, wet snowflakes too, which, has its advantage this time of year in that, yeah, it's going to stick to grassy and elevated surfaces like your car and your windshield, but because it has a very high content in terms of water, it's also going to melt very quickly too, and it also doesn't cause a whole lot of impacts to travel. But wow, yeah, kind of surprising to see that coming back into the picture after seeing some rain last evening, cold enough to switch some of that over to snow before it came to an end just about an hour ago. Some of that snow, you can still see it on the ground up towards the clear on the side of the interstate there. That will continue to melt away. Now, the accumulating snow is now well to the east of us, pushing into areas like Chicago. So far, I've looked at the road networks in terms of what their current state is, whether there are any slick spots, and everything's still in the green, so that's good news. We'll keep it that way. The wind, though, that is really going to return again as we get into the afternoon. We've got a cold front sitting just to the west of us. That will slam through the region right about noon or so, and once it does, the wind is going to make a return. Now, thankfully, it's not going to be as strong as what we saw last week. We're not going to see 50, 60 mile an hour gusts, but we will see those approach 40 miles an hour by this afternoon. We're going to stay in the 40s, which means the wind chill factor is going to come back as well, and it will feel like the 30s for much of today. Speaking of today, it is the coolest that I've got, at least in the next 8 days, as we finally get this pattern to transition into something a little more like spring. A warning, though. Look at the low temperature tomorrow morning. It is going to be an awfully cold start to our Tuesday. So cold that, yeah, we're going to be talking about another freeze overnight. Now, the winds are going to be up enough that we're not going to see widespread frost. That's going to prevent that from forming. But we will dip below freezing for several hours tomorrow morning. So any new plants you've got that are a little sensitive, you may want to bring those inside. We've had to do that the last several nights. But once we get beyond Tuesday, there's the pattern flip that will take temperatures well into the 50s by Wednesday, even bring in some rain a little bit later in the day. But once we get past that storm system, a much warmer pattern will take hold through the rest of the week, even into the weekend. That's going to be the warmest part of this whole warm push coming in as we grab onto those southwest winds, push temperatures above normal. So really all of next weekend is going to be significantly warmer. We'll be in the 70s by Thursday, well into the 70s by Saturday, and there will be some occasional opportunities for showers and thunderstorms. As of right now, I'm not concerned about severe weather, but sure there could be some heavy downpours as we track that system in here for the later part of the week. But the wind will be the big story today, in addition to the cooler temperatures. Already starting to see those gusts approach 30 miles an hour to our north and west. Those stronger winds will sweep down into the region by this afternoon. Here's future track at 4 or 5 o'clock this evening. Winds gusts approaching 40 miles an hour at times. And as we only have readings in the mid-40s, yeah, it's going to feel like the 30s for much of the day, down to a very chilly 29 tonight. And then tomorrow, big turnaround as we switch those winds back to the south and to the west. But yeah, may have to brush off a little bit of snow on your windshield this morning. 36 right now with some light drizzle, and then we'll watch those winds creep back up as we get into the afternoon.